Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Lord of the Rings War in the North. This is part 2, so we haven't got too far yet. We are clearing out the bottom mines-ish area. It's not the Mines Moria, don't worry. It's just some little dungeon area. This is still kind of like in the beginning there. It's a little bit past the tutorial, but it's still kind of in that tutorial area where it's trying to tell you what's going on and, you know, just throwing a bunch of enemies at you and hoping you can deal with it. So, you notice they all have little yellow bars above them there, and I'm not able to get every single one of them, but, well, I kill them all eventually, and that's what matters, right? So it's here really the important part. It's just, you know, kill all the enemies as fast as you can. I generally like to take out the archers as quickly as possible because they kind of generally provide the harassment factor the most for me. They kind of I generally, if I get damaged by something, it's by them. So, bet you guys didn't know there were turkeys in this walkthrough. That was my beautiful girlfriend texting me. So, we'll just put that off to the wayside. I'm sure she understands, you know, gaming important. You guys want to see more videos, so, but yeah, you want to make sure you're tumbling around a lot. That's, you know, I tried that on the PC, or on the 360 version. It's a little bit more fluid when you're on the PC, so it's kind of nice to be tumbling around and just kind of whacking things. And like I said last part, if you tumble and then jump, or if you tumble and use the light attack, it'll attack really quickly, and that's kind of like the way I choose to go around things. If you have a lot of enemies in your way, and let's say you want to get to Archer who's in the back, you want to make sure to take advantage of your stealth power, which I know I upgraded last time, but because of where it's saved, it didn't end up saving correctly, so I'll have to redo that later. But you don't necessarily need it for this fight. It probably would have helped a little bit, but as for now, we're good. And also, it's not something you can time very well, but you might want to try to time leveling up with battles, because you get fully healed, and then you also get your energy, mana, whatever you want to call that, back all the way. So if you can time that so when you're going into battles you're kind of low on health, do that, and that should work pretty well for you. Also, don't forget to use your health potions. I almost die here because I forget. Oh, hey, I had a health potion. I should probably use that. So there you go. I used it there. It's so far the combat, especially with the PC version, not as much with the 360 version. I've played it on both. The combat's very fluid. I've been enjoying it a lot more on the PC than I did on the 360, so that's fun. It might just because the controls are a little bit better, in my opinion. There could be a bunch of you 360 PS3 fanboys out there that like the controller and the stick better. I understand how people like to use controllers a little bit more than they like to use the keyboard and mouse. It's not my personal preference, but the keyboard and mouse can be a little daunting if you don't use it a lot for gaming. Everyone uses it for typing up homework and papers and that kind of stuff, but not so much for the gaming, and that can be a little bit harder to do. So I'm upgrading my stats here. You guys saw this last time, and like I said, I unfortunately did not have, I did not save it in the correct spot. So I'm going to take the 1 point in the stealth, and then I'm also going to throw another one in. When you jump out of stealth, you can deal like a special attack that deals a lot of damage, and so that seemed pretty valuable to me, so I decided to go with that one. I want to know what you guys want to see in those trees, and I'll leave that in the comment section below so you guys can tell me what tier you want me to go through. I've really been enjoying the sound of this game so far. They take advantage of a lot of the movie sounds, so sounds that you guys are already accustomed to, and I definitely appreciate that because it's something that I'm almost accustomed to too, and it's just nice. It's like when you hear like some Jurassic Park things, and you know what, I'm gonna shut up and let you listen to the cinematic first. So this is kind of where you get to see the cross pattern of the movies and the books. There wasn't too much use of eagles in the movies. However, if you read the books, and especially if you read a little bit farther into it, you know that eagles take a huge part in the Lord of the Rings universe, especially when you read into The Hobbit and that kind of stuff. They're a big part of that. And so, it's pretty kick-ass slow-mo there. I'm starting to get better about hitting those slow-mo moments and getting some pretty epic things. So you just need to release him from his chain here, so just kind of go to his chain and cut it off. Not too difficult. And then he flies away, and you get to talk to him after you defeat all the enemies in the area. So of course I go charging into the big pile of enemies. It's nice to have the AoE of the two-handed sword. You can get it with a single-handed sword, or dual-wielding even, but you're not going to get the as big as arc with your attack. So that's why I choose to use the two-handed sword. And also, I don't have the dual-wielding perk yet, so it's not something I want to. I don't want to just be like running around with a dagger, because hey, that's not going to deal nearly as much damage as this broadsword or great sword, whatever you want to call it. See me juking out here. Saw the archers over there, and I know they started giving me problems, so that's the special attack that you got to see there. Nothing super fancy, but it does do a lot of damage, so that's nice. So I also want to know if you guys want to see me play other characters other than the Ranger. I'd really like to work as the Ranger as my main character. But I know you guys, some of you guys like magic, so you like being cast from farther away. Some of you guys just like the stubby dwarf and having him run into groups of enemies and just take them all out. So I don't know. Leave that in the comment section below as well, and tell me what you guys really want to see me play. So that should be interesting to see how many people actually like the Ranger or the Elf or the Dwarf. That's it's usually a pretty even divide. I like the Ranger a little bit more just because I'm a big Aragorn fan myself, so it's of that kin that I enjoy playing in these kind of games. I only got a quick attack off there. Didn't get my heavy attack.
I thank you, friends. Without your timely arrival, my death would have been slow, but certain.
No need for thanks. We are happy to cheat the goblins of their sport. But who are you?
I am called Balaram. My home is in the Misty Mountains, and I serve Gwaihir, Lord of Eagles. Who is it I have to thank for my rescue?
I am Eridan, one of the Dunedain of the North. And my companions are Andriel and Farin.
Then I am indebted to you, Eridan of the Dunedain, and to your friends.
What brought you here to Fornost?
I often range far across the lands of the North, gathering news for Gwaihir, my lord. When I saw activity here in long-abandoned Fornost, I grew curious and flew lower to investigate.
What did you see?
Goblins and other foul folk are working within the ruins. They appear to be preparing for war, building siege engines and stockpiling arms.
Did you see any sign of the one who leads this force?
I saw a tall man, heavily armored, The goblins obeyed his commands. Who he is I cannot say, but he had an aura of menace, like one tainted by the shadow.
Agandar. It must be.
You know this man?
He is a servant of the Dark Lord. We must find him and destroy him if we are able.
I will assist you, but it will be perilous. The enemy has positioned war machines upon the inner wall. They limit my ability to fly freely.
If we could reach the top of the wall, we might be able to destroy the machines.
Beyond those doors, you will find a passage and stairs leading up to the wall.
The machines are certain to be heavily guarded. We have little chance of surprising the goblins with but one way to approach.
I will take to the air and draw their fire. If we are fortunate, that will allow you to gain the top of the wall unobserved.
Okay, so this is why I was talking about if you guys knew about the Lord of the Rings universe and knew the role the Eagles played, because if you guys have really only seen the movies, you'll be like, WTF, why the fuck is that eagle talking? Eagles don't talk. However, if you guys had read the books, and you knew a little bit more about Lord of the Rings, you know that that is not abnormal. So to me, it was interesting, because when I saw it on screen, I just kind of like let it go aside, and it's just like, it was almost, I mean, not normal, I don't want to say any kind of talking animal isn't necessarily normal, but it was something that I kind of let go to the side. But I could understand how, if you guys not familiar with the Lord of the Rings universe enough to the point of where that is familiar to you, that could seem really, really weird. But it's not, it's not in the Lord of the Rings universe, so you should, that's probably going to happen a couple times. In this walkthrough, you guys will probably see things that kind of surprise you if you only really watch the movies. It's not a whole different world, but it is an interesting world that the Lord of the Rings is held in. So this is what the game uses as shops instead of having merchants running around. You have these little beacons of light that you can either teleport back to Bree, or you can buy and sell things there. The benefit to going back to Bree is you can repair broken weapons. They have shops there where you can get more items than you probably could from just these teleport places. I believe these also act... Oh my god, excuse me, I was yawning there. But they also act as a save point, I believe. So when you get close to one of these, just know that that's probably an area it's saved in, so you're safe to do whatever you need to. So I buy this shield here, not because I think it's really that good, but I'm just, down the line, I'd like to have a shield. So just to have that on hand, even though I'll probably, I bet you, in the next part I'll end up having a shield that's dropped. Or even maybe this part, we'll see. So they give you a couple stats at the end of each area that it kind of tells you what your character did and how awesome it was doing. So let me...
We've reached the top of the wall. Now to find and destroy the war machine.
I don't want the eagle to be in danger, that would be bad. Make sure you guys chop up the boxes. You always want more loot. You know, in these type of games, that loot is always plentiful and fun, so you want to make sure to loot as much as possible. And look out for those explosion, like they're the red barrels in any other game. Just look out for those, because it's easy to take out a big group of people there. And this is where your stealth comes into play, is you can kind of sneak up behind one of these guys, the magic bears, and beat them to death. So that's pretty damn helpful there. So I don't know if the freaking magic bear guys, the sorcerers on the enemy side, if they just have like super health or something, because I don't know if that was the same guy that I thought I had killed. Very well could not be. You want to make sure to take care of all the enemies before you push this off. I didn't, and that was fine that time, but a lot of times you'll get hit by something and then you can't then you have to restart the action. So make sure that you take care of it. It's the better way to go about it. Unless you're a boss, you don't need enemy, or then you don't need to take care of all of them. You'll push that cart right off, no matter what, because you're a boss. Yeah. And no, please don't cry too much. I know you guys probably go home and cry because I say boss too much, but so you saw I snuck up on that guy. Oh, he does have another. So okay, there we go. I actually did not finish the dude off, the sorcerer dude. So make sure you're like looking for that arrow to see that he's still alive. I could have finished him off while he's on the ground. Now I'm like going to die. So this shield is kind of nice, the one that the Lore Master has. It shields you from like artillery, so any kind of arrows or anything like that, and it also heals you. So if you just stand in it, you can get healed. So I suggest that you guys definitely do that if you're a little low. Luckily, I leveled up in the middle of the combat, so I didn't really have to worry about being low or gaining levels. She's got her melee on going on there. And then just run over to the catapult and push it off. Not all that difficult. Spam E or A or X, whatever. Whatever platform you are on. There's the birdie. Ooh, I love birds. I wonder if you guys know what that's from. Bet you guys probably do. You guys are really smart. A little bit smarter than everyone gives you credit for.
Now!
The wall is clear. Well done. I am free to fly unhindered. But there are others fighting in the city. They may need our help.
Could it be Elrond's sons?
I cannot say, but they move with stealth, and they leave a trail of slain enemies in their wake.
That sounds like Aladan and Elro here on both accounts.
They are likely heading for the Citadel, just as we are.
Then let's push on. Maybe we'll meet up with them.
I will shadow your movements from above. In open ground, I can strike against our foes. Call on me when the need is great.
Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look forward to more content. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you guys could like the heck out of this video, I'd appreciate it. And love you forever. Also, follow me on Facebook if you guys want more updates on what is to come. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.